time's up. All right, all right. I think we're pretty good. Having some technical issues as always, but that's okay. My stream deck isn't working. Shame. Oh, well, some of it's working. All right, whatever. That's cool. Good to know. See if this button works. Nope. All right, that's weird. Yeah, I'm gonna do it all manually. Awesome. Awesome. Great. Yeah, we already got someone join the Discord. Sweet. Smart peeps. All right. All right, fam. Exciting day, huh? Spooktober in full swing. Full swing of the Spooktober. Take a little look here. Quick look. Yeah, a little divergence here on the lows on the hourly for MACD. Not as much for RSI, or maybe. That was a swing low. Low here on the hourly. The daily looking just fine though. Bet you wouldn't expect we'd have a little doji on the daily. I wouldn't. Seems as if we are comfortably still in this daily wedge. Taking a look. When you zoom out, not so bad, huh? Price wicked out the bottom. Very briefly. I think this is actually brief enough that we can even perhaps move this daily wedge up to meet it. Yeah, that looks pretty solid. Pretty solid. This might be an important trend line, but I'm going to make this very small because likely is not going to be an important trend line. We're just going to keep an eye on it. Taking the highs of today and yesterday. Bitcoin really holding its position as the king, isn't it? Holding it strong. Just barely showing signs of waning momentum here on the daily. Almost not even existent. Double top on RSI on the daily highs. That's a very weak reversal, weak bearish divergence there. Nothing to really fret about. Looking at the 12-hour, you were here yesterday, talking about a return to what appears to be a baseline trend of RSI in the 12-hour, and pretty predictably. What's up, Nelson Morgado? What's up, my man? Thank you for following. It's good to have you in our fam. Pretty predictably, we've seen the 12-hour RSI curl down, but price not really moving. Not a huge fan of this pattern here. Little ascending channel-ish going on if we exclude the wicks. But zooming out to the daily, these wicks don't seem that important. Still comfortably in our wedge. Looking to close this day as a green doji would be rather awesome when you consider the state of the rest of the market. Rest of the market's not looking so hot today. Let's pull those up. NASDAQ 100. S&P 500. Dow Jones all looking at some blood today. Not looking super hot. I had this monthly pulled up because we're approaching the end of the month. And I just keep seeing this everywhere on all these indices, all these index funds, whatever, indexes. Lower RSI highs on the monthly with higher prices. This is very ugly. I'm really glad Bitcoin is not looking like this. Does not spell great. What's up, Crypto Pro? I'm ready. Not looking so hot there. You can see that these highs are coming up, but this RSI is staying low. Bearish divergence, if ever I've seen it. Okay, trying to do. There we go. Visible on the weekly. Pretty visible. Not quite as visible because we do have the higher low. Or lower high. Man, I'm backwards today. On the daily. But geez, man. This is some ugly stuff. It's not just the NASDAQ either. Dow Jones monthly. Same thing. It originally pointed out these lows, but now the highs are really catching our attention. Price continuing to move up for this sell-off on the monthly, and RSI really not making its way back to where it should be. I was saying this earlier, it reminds me of oil. Reminds me of oil. The Dow Jones here came up to fill its gap and just unable to find strength, it seems. We have this line here, and to me just looks like a failed rally. Not a lot of energy there by the bulls with this curving move up. Definitely need to see a break of that high at 30,000. Strange that it hasn't when we see other indices have done so. Really looks like it was just coming up to fill this gap and has not really gained momentum since. On the daily, we see lower high, close to a double top. RSI coming down. MACD, oof, these are a lot of arrows. I gotta clean these. MACD with the higher swing high, with the lower high, not spelling great. Not what we want to see on these highs here. Same thing. Mark gets interesting. US Tech. US Tech is catching my eye here. On the daily, there we go. We were originally looking for a retest of our September 1st high, but live in these episodes, October 11th and 12th, we spotted a 4-hour bearish divergence on the tops and seemingly unable to regain its momentum since. Sold off, filled. Actually, this wasn't a gap, but this was a gap on I think S&P. It doesn't really matter. Came back to the neckline support, previous resistance at 11,570, and today broke down. Not looking great on the daily. Possibly coming back to test this trend line that had supported it back in late September here. Always sad to see these inverse head and shoulders patterns sell off. Now, it's not necessarily in danger yet, especially if it can close this daily in the next 21 minutes above 11,570. That may negate this wick and sell off. Still not really what you want to see here. Not really what you want to see here. Actually, let's look at this fib. This fib actually may be important. That's pretty close to a 5.0. See the 4-hour closing on the 0.5 fib retrace. Maybe this isn't quite as bearish as it appears at the moment. Really would like to see a close back above that support. But 61 points seems like a lot to ask right now. Let's add a line here. This could be an important value. 50% retrace at 11,440.
150 and 100 weekly G cross happened also stinky linky to 488 Nostradamus the 16th of December 1551.
Thank you, Rico. My friend, thank you for the 10 euros. Appreciate it, my buddy. Always appreciate. Think he linked to $5. We'll take a look at link then. Warming up. I need to warm up, guys. You gotta let me get my speaking voice going. My voice is back. That's great. Great that the voice is back. Yesterday I was struggling. Let's see. We're running through the indices first. Looking for a bounce off that 5.0, close above port. That would be good, and if not, you're really asking for this 10.9 level. Do not want to lose that level. Lose that level and you're setting yourself up some kind of March price action. So I'm keeping an eye. You guys know I'm a crypto dude, crypto bro. That's my love. But I'm also a chart man. And so I gotta follow the charts. Indices are looking spicy. Gotta follow them. Alright, S&P 500. You see this everywhere. This is what is mind-blowing to me. Monthly. You see the RSI highs coming down, you see price coming up. For months now it's been happening. Really, it's looking like that February high is a big problem. Big problem for indices here. Across the board. Higher highs on price, lower highs on RSI. Not a healthy rally. Not a healthy rally. But is sitting on support. S&P 500 sitting on 3,393 support. So looking hopefully to close the daily above it. Scrape any hope of bullishness here in the short term. Really want to close above that. Currently at 3,400. So for now, out of harm's way. Batch Zoel Spatch. Welcome, brother. Or sister, I don't know. Oh. That. Wait. Not giving me the name here. Popped up on screen, but my little event log doesn't have it. Well, either way, welcome. Was I? Yeah, not looking super hot. Looking super hot. Maybe ideally here on S&P 500, looking to close above 3,408. Very, very small move up for that. Oh, actually, I think it's already done trading, isn't it? Yeah, never mind. Closes out. Closing below the 50 daily moving average. Not ideal. Not ideal. Not a super bullish condition. However, not looking quite as bad as its pairs. Or its peers, not its pairs. As always, we take a look to the dollar when we have these price moves. We see nice green 0.35%. Not really that nice. 0.35% move up on the dollar. And as we said, I don't know how this got deleted. Maybe it's a different chart. Dollar looking to retest that 93.26 area. And as expected so far, following the path, painting what looks to be a pretty nasty bear flag. Pretty nasty there. RSI not showing really any sign on the daily of bullish divergence to its lows. And pretty much just strengthening our argument here that this bounce may be kind of a dead cat. Concerning look on the dollar here is the 50 daily moving average essentially overlapped with our resistance here. That's going to definitely strengthen it, make this level harder to break through. So keeping an eye very closely here on the dollar. Going to even set an alert. I don't know. Set an alert here. If the dollar is able to retake this 93.26, could have further upside, but I'm skeptical. I am skeptical. And we were seeing some very bullish signs on the dollar that I didn't want to see. But you only see what's there in the charts. You can't see what you want. Got the rallies, and now it seems like the energy may be fading. Really, really interested to see what happens when we make it up to this level. You can see this kind of projected bear flag lines up pretty well with this descending trend line and that 50 there, man. That's rough. Anything else of note here? Not specifically. Maybe a little bearish divergence on these highs. 50. Moving average on the 4 hour around the same price. Interesting. Going to be a very spicy level. Recommend everyone who is trading keep an eye right here on the dollar, man. Next few days, maybe into this weekly close. Gonna get something interesting, have a feeling. VIX. VIX, VIX, VIX. Obviously, the VIX is up, closing above the 200 daily moving average. First time since early September. Painting what looks like pretty savage inverse head and shoulders here. Not quite confirmed at this point, but we do have the Tito's. One loves the Tito's. We do have the trace Tito's forming here. Could be seeing a reversal in the VIX to the upside. Not spelling well for traditional markets if that is the case. Looking for a break of this descending trend line from the 15th of June to the 3rd of September for confirmation. I already have my alert set. Watch this trend. Going to get pretty crazy if we see it break. And measured move on this would be... Look at a measured move here. Yeah, here. Boom. Move up to 58. That's likely not the end of this VIX rally if it indeed does break this descending trend, which is looking very likely in my opinion. Looks like it is the probable. You can see that really never tested its lows on the VIX here after rallying in early 2020. Do you have any other examples? Not really. Really don't have many examples that look similar to this. This could be the waves lining up. Look at this is the VIX history back all the way to 1991, and we really don't see this kind of acceleration. We don't see this kind of move up and then not a total retracement. Setting higher lows and forming this reversal pattern here, you just don't see that. You see these moves up, but then it looks as if the VIX almost always returns to this baseline of volatility. You see it all the way back. Now we have something kind of new brewing. This is gonna be spicy. Would not be surprising to me to see this move happen. Lined up with the dollar. Lined up with maybe the Dow here. Storm's brewing, guys. Storm is brewing, and we need to be paying attention because this is some interesting stuff. Absolutely. Let's see. Bitcoin dominance. This is where the spice today, maybe some of the pain everyone's experiencing today is coming from. We've been eyeing what looked like a bull flag on BTCD. Seems as if it has broken out. Looking to see where this closes today, because 3 hours 11 minutes left. Still plenty of time, honestly, to sell back down or rally more. It really could go either way. The close on this is going to be very interesting. This bull flag we spotted, almost certainly valid at this point. You can see the reaction. In Bitcoin dominance here as soon as it broke. Instant green candles on the 4 hour. But something of note, so everyone with alts, doesn't necessarily mean panic yet. We can see that the 200 daily moving average for Bitcoin dominance acted as resistance back here on the 20th, and this candle has not yet tested it. Looking for a test of 62.60. Likely to find resistance there. But on the second test, as we always say, the more you test a support or resistance, the weaker it becomes. Would get very spicy. Unfortunately, alerts don't work very well on TradingView for things like this, but I'll put one anyway. They'll likely just go off. It even gives you an alert this may be triggered differently than intended. So always be aware, anything calculated by TradingView, especially the more formulatic it is, like this isn't actually a traded pair, so it's very formula based, tends not to trigger correctly. But our weekly reversal that we spotted all those weeks ago, all the way back in September, late August, playing out still. 62.60, the beginning of our target already reached. Let's see where that 50 week is. Still on course. Still on course. However, of note, 50 weekly and 100 weekly, the 50 is coming down, reaching towards that 100. That may put a halt to this rally. Certainly would expect to see resistance at 64, 34, or wherever the 50 weekly moving average is by the time it reaches that point. There we go. Now we have our history back. For a while it wasn't showing us, I don't know why, it wasn't showing us the full history of dominance here. Not the best looking chart, is it? If we look at it on the inverse, not super bullish. That is why we've been calling for quite some time a test of this level, of the 62.60 all the way up to, I don't know, like 65 area, to test this descending trend before potentially reversing again. So very spicy stuff. Very, very spicy stuff. But likely the cause of any pain you're feeling today in alts. Bitcoin continuing to gobble up market share.
Black magic.
Bitcoin volatility. Looks like our target is hit as well. We were looking at this a few days ago. Oh wait, no. A few days ago. I guess this isn't target hit yet. Waiting for a retest up here. Nice little candle here, failing to bullish engulf. Looks like volatility may continue to be growing here on Bitcoin. Looking to retest, maybe even break this March 20th descending high trend on volatility. Would be interesting to see that trend line break at the same time we see the VIX break. Not impossible. Maybe even likely. It's on the week. There we go. Very nice. Alright. Alright. For Sir Rico, link. Looking at link. Let's see, we didn't get the close we were hoping for yesterday. Back into this ascending wedge on Link USD. Really hoping it would close above that 1233-ish area. Did not. However, looks to be finding some support on this 100 daily at 1150. Yep. Nice little support. Let's check out our RSI. Still painting that bullish divergence potentially on the lows, but we're really going to have to see some significant move here. Something convincing. Looking to this trend line on the highs for the 4 hour sitting 1220. Lining up pretty well with that 4 hour 20 moving average. Likely to find some resistance there as well. Really don't want to see Link spending time in this ascending wedge. However, the Bitcoin pair still in our bear flag formation, has not broken to the upside or downside. That 001 Bitcoin pair really acting as a resistance level here. RSI not telling us really anything. No divergence to be seen yet. Is really going to come down to which way does it break first. Got an alert to the top of this actually. Chirpy. A little pro tip. These alerts on TradingView are really great. They're very quick. You get them within a few, maybe a second, 2 seconds. But the default, pro tip here, the default message is not very helpful even for someone like me who watches charts all the time. So I've started putting up or down. So when I get these alerts, I actually know what's happening as opposed to just getting a notification that the chart has done something. Look back at BTC. Alright, did a little moving since we started streaming. Reached our target box. Nice. Just touching it. We can see on the 15-minute, the 50, 100, and 200 moving averages were the defining area for this box. And it reached up. Grab it. RSI not really agreeing with MACD here. Okay. 3 hours till close. That's quite a wick on that previous 4-hour candle. Quite a wick. That shows some rather strong bullish market action. Bulls appearing to be unwilling to settle this 4-hour below the 13,000 mark. That's okay. 4-hour MACD. Ew. Let's see, little signs of waning, but really not convincing yet on the 4-hour. 2 minutes 56 seconds till this hourly closes. Would like to see it close above this 100 hourly moving average. Absolutely. Let's consult with some other indicators here. Let's see what Ichi has to say. That's an ugly Ichi cloud. That is an ugly Ichi cloud. Though it looks like this hourly candle closing green at all. Still keeping in this uptrend, so could be important. Projection from the 20 hasn't quite tested the 20 on the 1 hour, so not gonna count that at this point. These 4-hour bands continuing to tighten. You can see when they tighten, typically leads to volatility. Saw that back here. We talked about it a good amount back there. And we were looking for a breakout. Oh yeah, they got super tight. Back here, that was a great stream. That little probability cage. Dig it. Hourly bands are expanding though. Not too much. Something interesting of note that I think is important, and we've been watching this on this stream forever at this point, just forever. Early August, first week of August, last week of August, first week of September. I'm watching that 20 weekly moving average, and it's finally reached an area that seems pretty significant. This has been our guide. Been where we're looking to define our trend right now, and it's been very successful. It's finally moved up all the way to 10,800, untested support level that we've been eyeing quite some time. 10,700, 10,800. Oh yeah, all the way down here we can see that price blew up through it as it started this rally. Did not backtest this area at all. Unusual, but not unheard of. Was looking for a backtest here for quite some time. And as this 20 weekly moving average is accelerating and moving up to meet price, it does seem to become less and less likely that it will be tested. Things are looking great though. I mean, just the macro has been looking great for a month, 2 months. And then today is really a cementing factor. We see Bitcoin just shrugging off these pretty scary sell-offs on bigger markets. People were pretty obsessed with correlation to stocks, correlation to equities, whatever, in Bitcoin, and I would love to hear their explanation for today. We see all of the indices closing these solid red candles, 1%, 2%. And no, that one is not showing me. Bitcoin not really doing anything at all. It's a great setup. Great setup. 180 watching, sweet. It has been awesome. We've had so many people the last few days, and it's amazing. Amazing to have everybody here. Thank you for joining us. We're live every day, pretty much every day. Good to see interest peeking back into the picture. All right, not the best hourly. Closed red in the last few seconds. What to say about this? See, our earlier CME gap completely closed, gone, but still leaving quite a few tiny little holes behind it as it's moved up since early September. And we found the other day that there actually is a gap above us that I've never noticed. Oh, how I missed this. There is a little gap up here. This is a gap. Here. 16,455. That's a gap. I have no idea how I never noticed this in, like, let's see, that was back in 2018. So 2.5, almost 3 years. See, the daily closed at 16,790 and then opened again at 16,455. That was over the weekend. That fits all of our definition of a gap. Thank you, JD, for pointing that out. One of our awesome community members. Never would have caught that. Is it really important? No, I don't think it's super important, really. It's been there for years, so it's not as if this is new. And really, it's gonna get filled at some point. That's just pretty cool fun fact. I've never really heard anyone talk about it. I didn't notice it. So props to him. Boring daily close on CME. End up at does look like price is coming up to test this 2050 bearish cross. That's really been a player here. If we get rid of everything else, get rid of the rest of this noise, this has been a huge player in this kind of consolidation area we've had. We got the signal on the back test here on the 24th, price refusing to close below. Tested this cross and we got the nice little rally. These two are just dancing. Strange. They don't seem to really want to cross each other. These like reluctant kind of long moves parallel. And we see that again right here. Like on that sell-off earlier today, it looked like they were going to cross and they just barely didn't, and now they're running parallel again. Very inflicted market signals on the 1 hour. Maybe what we expect after such a awesome move up earlier last week. Oh yeah, go test it, buddy. I would like to see this hourly, or I guess we do have one more, right? Two more after this one. I would like to see the daily, I guess, then close above this area, not too far away from price. 13,065, really not a big deal. $35 move, it's like 0.3% maybe. Nothing too exciting. Definitely in the realm of possibility. Looks like it already wants to. Go for it, buddy. Go for it, buckaroo. I'm just loving this. It is amazing to see stocks have a very spooky day and Bitcoin just not care. Not care at all. There's no care in the world. You could say, oh, but we sold off. No lower low. We were looking at these lows yesterday. That's potentially an area to give us a sign of what could come next. No lower low. Just cruising. It was almost as if it was just like sympathetic. Like, hey guys, I see you're selling off. I'll do it a little bit. I'll join you guys. Just, you know, make it so you don't feel bad about it. Jeff Stunts, smash that like button, lads. Jeff Stunts is a real G. Real G. Yeah, where was I? Great day. Great day for the corn, man. Indices looking like crap. On the monthly, Bitcoin looking godly. Godly on the monthly. Like, could not look any better. Gearing up for the second highest close ever. Bitcoin history this month. 5 days to go. Anything can happen. But really any close above 11,655 and it's still the second highest close ever. Plenty of room. Plenty of room. 11,655. The most important value likely here in the next 5 days. Probable that it does not get tested. My opinion. I don't think price is coming down there in the next 5 days. So it's looking good. Looking very good. That being said, we could see November's candle come down to back test that 11,655 area. That wouldn't shock me in any way. But our monthly, this is it. Stars are aligned, guys. Ichi Cloud giving us just the best signal possible on the monthly. Last time we got it was March 2020 at this awful sell-off to 3,500, then rallied up what percent? It's like 200 something percent, 223%. Now we just got it again. Beautiful. You know what I didn't look at? Let's see what that looks like on stocks. I have no idea. This might be cool or this might just be nothing. That's okay. Looks like nothing. Surprised. And maybe this one does. Dow Jones, what about you? Whoa, here's something spooky. Here's a spooktember blast. Look at the Dow Jones. Look at the cloud here on the monthly. Just saying Bitcoin's monthly. It looks phenomenal. Look at this. Might see a little twist on the monthly for Dow Jones. What? When was the last time that happened, do you say? Well, not in 2015, not in 2014. Oh. 2010, November. November 2010. 26 months in advance, we got that signal. When was it? Back here. Looking for a cross down on indices. Before that, we got another one actually. 2004. This is not a common thing to see. If we zoom out, we see this does not happen often. There's long periods in between. 6,881 days from 84 until 2003. No red cloud. And been about 3,500 days. And we're beginning to see it. This could obviously not happen. It's not twisted yet. But that is showing. That is showing that it wants to twist. We don't see the cloud get that thin. Really ever Unless it does twist. Maybe back here looks like it. Twisting clouds suggest a change of wind, change of draft. This is a Japanese indicator, and so I feel like they include metaphors in it. A change of wind. Change of wind on the monthly. Probably not a good sign for indices. They really don't want to see any change in the monthly. Moving up. Moving up, Bitcoin. Go hit that number I was literally just saying 2 seconds ago. Come test you. $3 away, $2. Wait. 6, 8, whatever. They're all the same. I want to see a close above these moving averages. That would make me feel very good. Thank you, Bellaby. Thank you for all you do. You all do so much for me. I wouldn't be here without you guys, so thank you, thank you. How the stream's doing? Everything's good. Nice, 206 watching. You guys are the absolute best, the goats. Checking out the stream. Is everything healthy there, buddy? Everything's healthy, looking good. Nice. Healthy, yes. Healthy stream. Stream is healthy. Thank you, YouTube. Ooh, hello.
Tom, can we look at the BTC 2DM yearly hash, not DGBY early lol party popper party popper party popper?
BTC 2 day, sure, brother. Sure. I think this alert's about to go off. Let me make another copy. Clean 8. Really should be like clean 10. Let's just go 10. Remove drawings. Okay. You know, if we want to look at the 2 day, we really should just look at BLX, huh? Pull up both. Are you sure you don't want to look at DGB? Nice 2 day closing on this daily. Looking fresh. Very fresh. Really a note on the moving averages. Too special on Ichi. Top of the Bollinger Bands, okay. 100 EMA, not special. Let's look at BLX. Great chart. Best chart. Dodge RSI dancing its way up. Range. Gonna cross down, that's okay. So it's interesting here. Okay, it's still the same. RSI and MACD still not setting a higher high versus the August high. Not the best sign, but we could also argue the same is we also aren't as oversold or overbought as we were back in 2019 or July, which does suggest we do have room up still. So it's a good thing and a bad thing, double-edged sword. We got the good side is it's saying, yeah, there's more room to run, and the bad side saying, well, if you don't run, then it's gonna get ugly. Let's listen. Go. This is, I really haven't been looking at this part. August 2012. This just caught my eye on the 2-day. We have that 2050 cross uncross. I think that just happened not too long ago, didn't it? Right here. Pretty similar, that's cool. I'll take it. I'll take it. Room to go. Yeah, dude, that's what we want though. We want more room. We want room up. We want to be able to break that 13.8. We want to be able to close a monthly up in this zone. And if we do, that will almost certainly pull those indicators up to a level that will be more comfortable. What else were you looking at here? Do you have something specific, Mr. Sharknado? I'm gonna look at the yearly. The yearly, the most complicated chart there is. Yeah, dude, the yearly with the same targets. Same targets. I mean, if we look at this, you know, this right here, if we're repeating this, what we would want to see. What's up, Matthew? Isadol. What's up, brother? Good to have you, fam. If we're repeating this, then this is what we would look for. We're going to look for a yearly close above that 13.8 level. And then, let's see, we go into the next yearly, pull back to test the previous resistance, now confirmed as support. So we would see maybe this. Then we would see a pull down before moving up. Because that would be the big move up, huh? That's just if we're repeating this pattern. But it looks pretty close. Like, all year this didn't look very close. Didn't look that similar. And with this move up in October, all of a sudden, whole chart changed. Very close. Very, very close. This would be incredibly exciting. Let's actually get our ghost bars. I keep calling them ghost bars. They're not ghost bars. They're patterns. It just has the bar pattern. Just has the ghost bars next to it, and I think I always, it's kind of like confused. They ghost pattern. Alright, let's see. It doesn't look too bad, does it? That looks pretty good. Where does that put us? Suggesting that by the end of next year, we have 450,000. Something tells me that that's not the most probable. Not the most probable. I also don't think that it's impossible. So, take that with your grain of salt. Right there. I think that fits the best. Where would that suggest we close at? 18.7 for this yearly, I don't know. Oh, okay, here's what's spicy. Looks like, okay, this is the double top threat. So what we might even infer from this is... Sharknado, what if we just called the 2020? What if the 2020 high in the next 3 months, what if we close at 17,200? Wouldn't that be insane? Well, you would have seen it here first. You would have seen it here first. Following the pattern from 2015-16, it would suggest maybe there'd be a small wick, close near it, and then in the next year, I would honestly say probably Q1, because Q1 typically not the strongest quarter, but no guarantees. Maybe Q1, see a pullback from that 17.2 back to 13.8. before rocketing up. What kind of pullback would that be? Nice 20%. That doesn't really seem like enough, but it's possible. Wouldn't that be sweet, guys? What if, just like imagine that for now. Doesn't mean it's gonna happen, but wouldn't that be? December, usually these run-ups happen in December-ish. Or pulling back. One. What? April? April's almost always the spice. So that would look so. Oh, sweet. There we go. Here's my most updated, not that hopium, but some level of hopium. Projection. Thanks to Sharknado. Never would have saw that without you, buddy. Dirk Von Meer. Dude, my voice is doing great. I don't know what was up yesterday. Yeah, dude. Yeah, is 450,000 reasonable? I don't know. I don't think it's out of possibility. $16.8 play out there? Yeah, I mean, pretty close. Well, this is BLX, so BLX has different highs, actually, so this... Maybe we should have done it this way. I didn't know that that was going to be there. I would not expect... it's because we can't. It's because don't have the data, do we? Because we don't have the data to see it. That's spicy. That means it's relatively unseen. Why does this look 15? It's because they're 14 candle. Alright, clearly Coinbase doesn't have the full year. That'd be like 17. No, it's still pretty much the same numbers. Pretty much the same numbers. Then with the back test to the 13.8. This is what this would look. Close up near here. And a wick back to 13.8 before moving up to wherever it decides it wants to go. Wherever it goes. This would be ridiculous. I can't even imagine what would happen in the world if we saw that. That would be absurd. Absolutely absurd. But it's Bitcoin, guys, man. Bitcoin is absurd. Almost by nature, it's absurd. But it is, dude, Sharknado, that's a great eye. This is probably what you're talking about the other day. But it's a great eye, dude. Only recently did this 4 candles, this recent 4 candle, look like this. All year this did not really resemble the previous 4 that we see 13, 14, 15, 16. But now it does. This is very new. Actually, I'm going to use a real box. It's going to look. As of this month, specifically, just as of this month, these look very similar. dig it. I dig it. I think that's a great observation. Doesn't mean this is what's 100% going to happen or something, but a great observation. Like, this candle moving up and closing at the wick of the year after the all-time high. Even a similar setup. You see that here, like a horn top. And you see the yearly close above, but essentially double top with that second horn. So this is what we would see if we follow the same pattern. We would see a close near 7.2. But on Coinbase, that would be 7.178, so $30 difference. That's freaking cool, man. I'm really happy I looked at that. I don't know how I would necessarily trade that or trade based on it or anything, but still freaking cool. It gives us a good guideline. A great guideline, actually. And that guideline is we're going to be looking for the close that essentially double tops with this January 1st, 2018 candle. That's what we're gonna look for. If we do get that, the odds of this playing out become very large. Very large. But I think we all really know that. It's like if we close this yearly candle at 17,000, is 2020 gonna be bullish? That's a pretty safe bet. That's an extremely safe bet. But I like it, man. I like it a lot. You can see December was really the high. October does suggest maybe November is not that interesting of a candle. And then December is the big one. That might look like November, small candle. That would be beautiful. That looks sweet. I'm going to keep an eye on it. Let's put it that way. I'm going to keep an eye on it. It's worth looking for. It's not out of the realm of possibility. Dang it, hourly, get up there. You weren't supposed to double top. You're supposed to retake those moving averages. All right. Let's see. 230 watching? Are my eyes deceiving me? 240. You guys are freaking awesome. I love you all. Welcome, everybody. Welcome all. To all the new faces, all the old faces. Welcome, welcome. If you haven't yet, please hit that like button. We're having terrible issues with visibility lately, and everybody's been doing an awesome job making sure to hit that like every new stream, and I owe it. I always do my best, but I owe it to you guys that we've had such a successful week in streaming, because all the people who are doing that, remembering to hit the likes, all the new people subscribing, that really helps us stay visible. I really appreciate it. You guys are the best. Appreciate you so much. So if you haven't yet, that was the whole point. If you haven't yet, please, if you can, spare a thumbs up. It will be appreciated. That weekly, something of note, perhaps. Like a blue, orange. There we go. I don't ever use orange. There we go. Yeah. 100 weekly. Is this as of this week? As of this week, man, Rico pointed this out to me like a week ago, actually. I didn't think that possibly could happen so quickly. Mind blowing. Wow, that really crossed super quick. Impressive. The bulls are really flexing. Really flexing this month. Not taking it. This is the weekly. The weekly. This is going in. Rico, you've officially added in. You're inducted into the Bullish Edge long-term Tom Crown Hall of Fame with this comment. Weekly 100 and 150 moving averages. This week, crossed bullish. Golden Cross. Not something that happens often. You can see the Death Cross, the bearish cross, happened 2 weeks after March sell-off. Let's go back on BLX and let's see the last time they crossed the bull. I have a feeling it's going to have been quite some time ago. Quite some time. Means the average of 100 week candles, the average price of 100 candles, and the average price of 150 candles. That the last 100 have been a higher average now, which was not true. BLX, of course, doesn't have the most recent data, so they don't have the cross yet. That's okay. But it has not been true since March. Let's see the last time they crossed bullish. The timing of that cross is ridiculous, man. Timing of that cross is ridiculous. December 2016, right before 2017. So far away from a new all-time high. "42 days. Last time the 100 and 150 weekly moving averages crossed bullish, crossed golden. We were 42 days away from a new all-time high. 42. The answer to everything. 42. 42. See, where would that put us? Does this add up? December 6th. That's some spicy. That's some spicy spice. 7th of December. Now it's pretty cool. Is look how it lines up with this little bar, with these bars that we just made today. Look at that. Lines up spot on with this little projection. This is a nice little study. Hope you guys are enjoying this. I don't know where you would find this anywhere else. Answer is you wouldn't. You would not find it anywhere else. No. Last happened 42 days before price set a new all-time high. Just happened this week. And this is all just a theoretical study, guys, so this is not something you should trade off of. The past doesn't always repeat, and it doesn't always repeat exactly the same, but if we do see it repeat, that's what we're doing here. We're just doing like a little homework study. It does repeat, lines up beautifully with our December 17,200 close. Not necessarily a new all-time high. Ooh, double topped. Yep, but it waited till the next year. January, okay. Getting spicier. I think we can extrapolate this out more now. Extrapolate this. Let's take from today on this. bring this over. Oh, that even lines up really well. Oh yeah, I like the way that looks. Friendly little bar pattern. That looks sweet. Dude, this is awesome. I'm just enjoying doing this. I'm a chart nerd. But that's a great... This is just another piece of our huge puzzle now, man. What don't we have? We've had signs on the 2-day, 3-day, 4-day, 5-day, 6-day, on the weekly, on the 2-week now, on the monthly, almost every time frame, on the quarterly as well. And we started getting these first week of September. We got our first one, and we've been talking about it ever since. We have had a bullish edge since the very start of September. That's why people follow this channel, because we're trailblazers, not afraid to be wrong, not afraid to look forward and try to see what's coming. That's what we do. That's why we catch this stuff first. That's exciting. Dude, I love that. I got the lady a new game on Steam, and she might be a little she's very competitive. I just heard her yell some expletives. I wonder if she died in the game. That's funny. Yeah, dude, this is all just like, this is what charting is, in my opinion. It's all just looking for possibilities. It doesn't, you can't ever know the future, but you can know possibilities. And I think we've identified one. I like that both Shark's observation and Rico's observation basically overlap. They both agree with each other. That is a sweet sign. Thank you, Chris Spink. Welcome. I was playing Among Us, but like, I like the game. It's cool, but it just doesn't, I don't know. And to be honest, I haven't really been playing any video games lately. Just didn't hold my attention that long, but I do love like the concept of the game, and I like the little dudes in it. So, and with the Dixie, man. And with the Dixie, if that all plays out, if everything we're just looking at plays out, then the Dixie likely gonna have a very ugly 2021. And when we look at the Dixie, short time frame, not looking great. Monthly close was bullish. Again, not looking so hot now. And then we had our quarterly inverse basically to Bitcoin, looking like death. Dollar lines up. Dollar lines up. This may not be a very strong area for the dollar. Let's take it from the wick up, bring it down to support, conservative. We may see price action in this box, and that's especially true if we see what we're looking for here into the end of the year, into Q1, and often to infinity and beyond, guys. Like, who knows? Screenshot it. Screenshot it. Let's see. I'm gonna screenshot it. Proof. Proof. Right here. This will be a thumbnail. Be one of our thumbnails. It'll go down in history. Not really. Nobody ever pays attention. If I've learned anything in technical analysis is it does not matter if you're right. Nobody cares. What matters is if you really play to those emotions and feed people what they want to hear. That's how you get, if you guys ever want to be like a famous TA, here's what you do. You just make TA that agrees with emotion. So if there's any FUD article, start making TA about it crashing right away. If there's any good news, start making TA about it going to 1 million in 2 minutes. That's how you become a famous technical analyst. I don't really plan on ever being a famous one, so no worries. That was a sweet study. Now I'm like obsessed with that chart. I put it in the Discord for everybody. Why are you not working, stupid stream deck? This thing is like not really working. I don't know why. It's been great, other than today, just stopped operating. You got a friend in baby, you friend. Toy Story was dope. I'm down for Infinity and Beyond. I can dig it. Alright, we just did that study. That was priceless. That should be its own episode, standalone, in a museum, behind plexiglass. What else should we do? What else should we do? We gotta figure out something else. I don't know what else to peep. Good look through my scanner. AKA, we'll do it together. Oh, you know what? Know what we didn't do? And I promised we would. We're gonna look at this. So, someone was saying that $1 billion worth of Bitcoin was transferred to exchange recently. Could not be farther from the truth. I don't think that person was lying. I think maybe they misread or misguided by someone else. But here we have proof, basically, that didn't happen. Alright, here's 1,000 Bitcoin going to exchange. Another 700 in the last 30 minutes. Yeah, here's some more. Certainly nowhere near $1 billion, though. Unusual. Unusual. We haven't really seen much inflow. We've been seeing a lot of flow out, and we'll get to that here. So here's 1,200 going back out. What we have been seeing a lot of, guys, actually I'm glad I remembered this. We've been seeing a lot of this in the last 24 hours, and I think this is significant. Not just are we seeing stable coins transferred from exchange to exchange and from wallet to wallet, we're seeing it almost spammed. Weird. See, 100 million here, 75 million here from Treasury, 75 million from Bitfinex to Treasury, so that's net zero. We see 150 million USDT printed 3 hours ago. 50 million from Treasury to Bitfinex, 50 million from Bitfinex to Treasury, canceled out. 52 million unknown to unknown. 15 million Pax Treasury to unknown. There's more. So we do see this. I wonder if this is what they were referring to. So we see $500 million, 570 to 600 million, which is a lot. That's a lot of money. But that wasn't transferred to exchange. No, actually, this is 2. Interesting. Okay, so the subtle differences here. This is 2 separate exchanges. I, for a second, thought it was an in-out kind of thing, but it is not. This is $1 billion worth of Bitcoin. But here's the important part here. This is not transferred to exchange. This is, if anything, this is transferred off of exchange. Zappo, to my knowledge, is a custodial thing. I don't know if it's actually an exchange at all. Probably is. But I know that they're custodial in some level, so they hold Bitcoin for people. I don't understand why that's valuable. But either way, this is out of Zappo. None of this is in. From Zappo to unknown. From Zappo to unknown. 2 separate transactions. little bit over $500 million each out of, that's the important part, out of Sapo. We do see more movements, and this is what we've been seeing the last day or two. No, nay, like the last week or two. 1,300 off of Coinbase, 1,000 off of Coinbase, 2,500 off of Bitstamp. More USDT moving, more USDT moving, more. So what we're seeing is tons and tons and tons of stablecoin transactions being done. By themselves, not really that important. Or meaningful really in any way. But what is important is it seems in the last 24 hours specifically, these stablecoin transactions have been just spammed all over the place. It's a little ridiculous. And to me, it suggests that whales, someone, whoever you want to call it.
First article I have seen today: Bitcoin shows weakness after S&P dwindle. Here we are at 13K. These people don't write for you, they write for their quota.
Oh yeah. Oh dude, that is why I always repeat this. It's a great point, Rico. And thank you for the 10, my friend. I always repeat this, I'll repeat it again. Don't pay attention to news in crypto, guys. Don't do it. It's never really valuable. When really big stuff happens that is important, like, you'll hear about it. Trust me, you don't need to go looking. Like the PayPal thing, good luck trying to avoid that. But these articles written daily, I feel like they're written by bots. It's like the bots just pay attention to like price change. And it's like, okay, Bitcoin went down 1%, and then it just like blasts out a template of like Bitcoin down 1%, dollar woes. I don't know, ridiculous. Let's see here. Yes, USDT reaching $16.3 billion market cap. Interesting. But what my suspicions are with all these movements of USDT, as they seem spammed, is someone is trying to get on-chain metrics up. And I'm not sure if that really is encompassing for the whole space, like for all of crypto, if that is something people pay attention to. Just on-chain, all-chain transaction value. Because I can't imagine someone's trying to pump stable coins. That doesn't make sense. But they're trying to get the stablecoin on-chain metrics up by doing this. I have very little doubt. Simply because of how many and kind of seemingly useless transfers we've had of stablecoins in the last few days. Like, really, it is ridiculous. Unknown wallet, unknown wallet, unknown wallet, unknown wallet, unknown wallet. 50 million. Like, they're trying to get large transactions up. They're trying to get total transactions up. And of course, like, here's a lot what I was talking about. These 50 millions, unknown to unknown. Of course, this could be someone splitting stuff up in a wallet for a real purpose. Of course. I mean, but look at how many there are. Look at these. There's like 20 of them in a row. Sure, someone could be splitting up their billions, I guess, or billion. But when you combine it with all these other ones we've seen recently, it seems a little manipulative of the metrics. I don't really think that's a bad thing or anything. But it's interesting, the timing. Here's the thing that I've always held true, or I've always believed in crypto is, yeah, whales aren't on your team, right? They're not on your team. They won't profit, just like you do. You don't want the whales to profit. But we're all on the same team. As long as you don't allow them to take your coins. Everyone who owns Bitcoin has incentive, financial incentive, to drive the price up. Doesn't matter if they're a whale, or an exchange, or you and me. All want Bitcoin's price to go up, and this isn't, you know, a kind of blanket statement. But the more Bitcoin you have, the greater that incentive is, and the greater that desire is. So whales are on your team. They wouldn't shake your hand and tell you that, but they are. So them manipulating Tether, manipulating these transactions. Highly doubt that that plays poorly for any of us. Maybe if this spooks you, plays poorly for you. But that's why the hodl meme is so important. No one can take your coins when you're hodling them, right? Unless they go into your wallet and give them your keys. Don't do that. Someone tagged me. Well, or, yeah. Yeah, someone did move 1.1 billion. We just looked at that. With a fee of $3.58. Yeah, Bitcoin's useless, guys, right? Worthless. It has no value. It has no use. Nobody uses it.